Hello everybody, we're back, and this is the Pierre Hedary Classic Mercedes Specialist channel, where you're going to get real advice about your Mercedes-Benz as long as it's made before 1995. And I'm here with my friend Kevin Tesler today, and we're going to, Kevin's puppy dog eyes and my demanding stature are going to ask you to subscribe to our channel before we go any further. This video is for Lewis, and it's a great topic because Lewis has a really spectacular car. What did he have, Kevin?
It was a 300 CE.
Well, the 300 CE, in fact, the 93 300 CE is a phenomenal car because it is the M104 twin cam engine, but it has the early 124 front end, which I really like. And Lewis is experiencing problems with his
Center vents.
Yeah. So the 124 series has a problem, and that's a little tiny actuator that lives inside the evaporator case. So I'm going to grab an example of that, and Kevin's going to explain what goes wrong with the actuator while I'm rummaging through the drawer here.
So a lot of times with the actuators, they're all vacuum operated. So normally what happens, there's a little rubber diaphragm that's inside of the actuator. So over time, with vacuum being ported to that actuator, it's opening and closing. So that diaphragm wears out. So when the diaphragm wears out, it will get like a little hole in it. So once it gets a hole in it, then it can't hold vacuum, and then you can't port vacuum to it, and it will not open the port where it's blowing air out of that vent. So yeah.
So Kevin, have you ever run into a bad electromagnetic valve grid that opens and closes the actuator as well?
Yeah, so the other part of the equation is you have the electromagnetic servo as well. So it's usually on like a tree with other ones, and there's one dedicated for each vacuum pod for the climate control system. So if that isn't sending an electrical signal there, then it won't port the vacuum for it to even open and close that vacuum diaphragm.
And here is the item itself, the 124-800-0375 fresh air flap that lives inside the evaporator case. So really the truth about this part is to get to it, not joking, to get to it, you have to pull the center console out, and there's a little access port in the center console that is clipped in place. Once you have the whole center console out, you have all the wiring out of the way, you'll see that there are these U-shaped clips that sort of hold this panel in, and you can get to it, and then you've got 3 star clips and these little fingers holding this guy inside the evaporator case. Now another thing that some people do is they actually go into the side of the evaporator case and they permanently open the center air flap so that they don't have to replace this thing. And then they terminate the vacuum supply, which sticks through the front of the evaporator case behind the radio. So yes, Lewis, you have a lot of work ahead of you. With the engine running, I would hook a vacuum gauge up to this vacuum port and see if you're even getting vacuum to it. If you're not getting vacuum to it, then you should go to your vacuum solenoid grid because it is probably the issue, and it is located behind the passenger airbag. And if you are getting vacuum to this thing and it's just not opening, this is the problem. I would recommend learning where all of your vacuum actuators are so you can check them yourself. And of course, send us your questions and we will be happy to continue helping you. In the meantime, subscribe to our channel and enjoy driving your Mercedes-Benz, right, Kevin?
Absolutely.
50,000 miles a year. And again, subscribe to our channel if I haven't said that enough times already. Thank you.